Hey everybody, welcome back to Backlog Banter. I'm emotionally and physically exhausted and joined as usual. I'm Abram, by the way. You know me. That's Tucker Hazel. It's
Yep.
fucking same boys. Same boys. A new Pokemon shit to talk about. We're talking about
Yep.
the Pokemon Presents. I'm overwhelmed for a lot of different reasons. But before we get into that, if you want more cohesive and almost written thoughts from us, join our Discord, chat with us over there. You can even hop in
Written.
voice channel sometimes. You never know. It's always a
It's true.
fucking it's a barrel of monkeys over there. Link in the description. But Tucker, I don't care about the plugs. I don't care about anything. We are both been Pokemon fans since we were little baby children.
But ye little tots.
Ye
We
little
little
tots.
tots. That's not, yeah.
And Tucker, we have both played every generation, but we both got our start with the mainline games,
hmm
I believe, with Generation 4.
True. Pearl was my very first video game.
Okay. So let's just I don't really do you care to talk about New Snap? Really? It looks great.
Well, I think we just need to put it out there in this direct. That was an unnecessary trailer. That didn't need to happen.
So
I mean, it revealed new gameplay mechanics, kind of, but I feel like that really would have been better in one of the other trailers.
Yeah, no. I agree. Quickly to that point, I think the game still looks lovely. I really can't
Yeah.
wait to play it. And so
Mhm.
many of those additions felt just like natural, organic
Yeah.
extensions of
Here's
the
the thing.
formula.
I'm not disappointed with what was in
Yeah,
the trailer. Just the fact that it was there and it kind of just went over a lot of stuff that we already knew and then
yeah,
showed a couple new things. I don't know. It felt like it kind of shoehorned in. But the game comes out soon, so whatever.
yeah. Can't wait to play it. I thought the opening video was really well edited and interesting, but went on too long.
I'm unfortunately my expectations were set too high. You
Yeah,
remember the nostalgic retrospective from Sun and Moon's
yeah,
announcement, which was music, it was editing between all the games and stuff. It was going really fast, and you're like, oh, this is so magical. And this one's like, okay, they're going through everything, but it was just this big dick swinging thing. Like, we got cards, we got
yeah.
anime, we got a ton of games, we
We
got
got
plane,
jets.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
two
got
jets.
VR apparently. I didn't know that
I
happened.
didn't know that.
We got you can play the card game with your phone pointing at the card. There's a lot of stuff in there I was not familiar with, but it was a thing like, okay, look how big Pokemon is.
Yes.
And now onto the show.
Yeah, it was a little bit strange how they were like card game. I said it was like trying to wake up the Winter Soldier. It's a fucking
Oh,
activation code.
that's a very good reference.
But
I understood that reference.
no, I mean I love Pokemon and just getting to see the breadth of the series and like the weird shit that I hadn't even heard of from the
Yeah.
Pokemon series thrown in there.
Mhm.
It was cool. Quickly, no Pokemon Unite was surprising to me.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I actually am interested in it, so I was hoping we would get maybe just like an open beta announcement or something.
Mhm.
No Detective Pikachu, which
Nope.
is uh, perpetually strange to me.
No Pokemon Sleep.
No Pokemon Sleep.
Technically, they had Pokemon. Is Pokemon Smile out?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that
Yeah.
was a future project still. No, that's
No.
Sleep.
No.
Whatever.
Basically, Tucker, we got not one but two Sinnoh games. Um, I think that the remakes of Diamond and Pearl look bad.
Oh, I would 100% agree. It's neither a
Okay.
Let's Go remake introducing new mechanics and stuff or an evolution of the series.
Right.
It's just this halfway plastic looking terrible visuals, just bland ass. It looks so terrible.
I
I'm not happy.
I was actually stunned when that started, and first I didn't understand what
It appears to be Let's Go at first. Let's
I
Go style, chibi-ish,
right, for a second, I was like, "What is this?" And then it looked Let's Go, and then it looked very clearly outsourced,
yeah.
which is so disappointing.
Yeah, we've talked for a long time about how do they handle the Sinnoh remakes. We have the
Yeah,
Let's Go series going on. We've gotten remakes of others in the past, or as in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I think both good, solid upgrades
yeah,
to both of those original generations. They
sure,
take advantage of the hardware. They take advantage of the new mechanics from the games.
sure.
This just seems to be Sinnoh, but in with 3D visuals. Like I didn't notice anything different.
No, it's they said faithful remake, but it looks tile for tile.
Yeah,
Like you're even what's the name of is it Lake Verity at the beginning of the
sure,
game?
yeah, hmm,
You can literally Lake Verity is a bunch of right angle tile
yeah.
squares. This is clearly a one-to-one remake. Junichi Masuda is really not involved in this game, clearly.
Yeah, they just put his name on it for like, "Hey guys, I swear we care about this."
I mean, it just looks I don't want to hammer this home because at the end of the day, my point is just it looks bad. It just
No,
looks
yeah,
bad.
I think the visuals are very disappointing.
it literally looks and it looks like they just gave dimension to the DS sprites,
Yeah.
honestly. And I mean, visuals are one thing, but this at least for as much as I was underwhelmed by Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire,
Hmm.
they at least integrated sixth generation Pokemon mechanics, right?
100%. Yes.
This
And added new things.
right.
Score and the tracking thing. I can't remember what it was
Yeah,
called.
Pokenav, right?
Yeah, Pokenav. Yeah, exactly. All those new things gave ORAS their own feel, and the
Right.
Mega Evolutions, and the extra story, and
Right. This is none of that. This is the most cash grabby I've seen Pokemon in a long time.
yep.
Because this is purely the fans want Sinnoh. We're going to outsource Sinnoh. We're going to literally tile for tile remake these games.
Hmm.
And that's so disappointing. I was talking to Discord yesterday. I was talking with you and some of our other members. I said, look, Pokemon is in a tough bind right here because
Sure.
either they put Sinnoh in the
Hmm.
Sword and Shield engine and it's going to be improved in some ways, but it's going to carry a lot of that baggage, or
Yes,
they make a
because of
Let's Go.
Sword and Shield's
Right,
issues.
right. Or they make a Let's Go Sinnoh. And either way, people are going to be frustrated, right?
But with either one of
Yeah.
those, a certain subset would be happy. And
Right.
I don't think this pleases any of those fans.
No, personally, I would have been. I was pulling for Let's Go Cinema
Hmm.
because my opinion has always been, if I want to play Gen 4, I'll go back and play Platinum. What I
Hmm.
want to do is I want to experience Sinnoh in a new way, you know?
Hmm.
So for me, the best way to do that is a Let's Go title.
Yeah.
But I also see the merit of, let's take Gen 4, we'll put it in Gen 8 engine, we're going to give it new features and everything,
Yeah.
maybe actually expand it. That's interesting too. But this
Hmm.
is this is the mythical option C, which is fuck you, give me money. It's Sinnoh
Yeah.
again, which is
Crappy ass names. What? Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oh,
yeah.
those are terrible names.
It all just looks very cheap. That's the thing. It almost
And a lot of it is very clearly like not only cheap but like just reused stuff.
yes,
Like
absolutely.
completely the exact same models from Let's Go, which I think fit better in that aesthetic because of the sort of pastel look. But this is like really harsh contrast on the color palette, and like the models just are flat sitting in the environments. Like it just has this really cheap look to it. It is really underwhelming.
It struck me almost, and I don't know, there's probably no validity to this considering it's 2021 now, but it struck me almost as this game starting out on the 3DS.
Yes, actually, very good point.
It felt
Hmm.
like maybe this was, and I don't know how much of it was the stream quality, and the stream quality really affected the next scene we're going to talk about.
Oh God.
But it looked to me like this must have been a 3DS holdover or something
Mhm.
because this is just not up to par in any respect.
It's not taking advantage of the hardware. We did miss Gen 4 remakes in both Gen 6 and 7 and 5. For like we could have gotten, or no, wait, sorry, 6 got Gen 3. So Gen
So 7,
7,
yeah.
and this is kind of 8 because we haven't gotten 9 yet. Whatever. There's a weird thing going on here, but you're right. Is this could have come out during the 3DS era. It would have felt more at home. It would have felt more timely, and I don't know. I think the fact that it's on this HD console that people are expecting so much more out of has
Yes.
set the expectations fairly higher than what
It-
they are.
but it's set that's the other thing is it's not an unreasonable expectation.
Sorry, by fairly
Right.
I meant
Yeah.
reasonably. Yeah,
Right. So it's just disappointing. But Tucker, it's hard to be disappointed when you follow that up with Pokemon Legends Arceus.
yeah. Which
Be-
strange name could have just been Pokemon Legends, unless they're trying to indicate that this is going to be a series going forward.
I think they are indicating that. I think this looks stunning.
I think it looks really cool. I'm just very worried about what I saw. The
So
Pokemon are moving at like 3 FPS. Everything is jaggy. There's so much popping in the background. It looks too ambitious, but also like rushed, and it's very worrisome.
so here's the deal, right? The drum I have been beating for a long time since probably Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire
Yeah,
was that Pokemon needed to fundamentally evolve. And Gen 7 paid that lip service with the totem trials that are just kind of gyms.
yeah,
Like, that didn't really change a whole lot. Let's Go felt fresh to me. The wild area was a step in a direction that I think is going to, of course, be iterated on in Gen 9. But Legends is fundamentally different and new and evolving Pokemon. But you're right. It looks empty. It looks unfinished. Now, to be fair, they have a whole year, but launching in early 2022 communicates that we are very far along in development.
Yeah. No, not only that, but the fact that it is so far along in development, and we weren't expecting this. We were expecting remake, something to hold us over, which we got. And then they're like, this could have been haven't had another year, and this could have been our Gen 9. This is a big enough extra thing. But I feel like them putting it, what is it? It's 5 months, 6 months maybe after Crappy Diamond and Pearl remakes. There's this weird time scale that we're on now that just, okay, are we even gonna get a Gen 9 next year? Or is that 2 years from now? Like, is that two big Pokemon games in 1 year? Like, what's going on here? We're entering a realm of confusion and possibility.
So okay. The bottom line for me is that this is finally a new Pokemon gameplay style that retains the RPG elements, but puts them in the context of an actual home console open world experience. Open world, quote unquote. We don't know how big it is, but it looks fairly open.
Yeah.
At the same time, from a narrative perspective, I love the idea of going to this unsettled Pokemon region. I love that idea so much. Building the first Pokedex, I love that.
Yeah. Using the old style Pokeballs that are like sort of mechanically, like it's like wood with like gears on it. I also think the idea of it being more action focused, with you walking around the environments, having to aim your Pokeballs, rolling through the grass, all that looks great.
Yes.
But that's all it is so far. It's what they said. You have a home base, you have a town, and you have Pokemon to go out and catch. Now, is that just going to be a catching thing with light story elements? I'm just curious if this is going to be a big full thing, or if this is something experimental to sort of try something new with Pokemon's mechanics.
So when they showed the battle sequence, I felt a little bit more at home. I felt a little bit. I was like, okay,
yeah, because it's a Pokemon battle.
Right, but I was worried, like, is there no battling here? It's just not an RPG, really. But we there are turn-based battles. The camera's having a field day with a little 360-degree rotation, which is a little bit peculiar.
But it looks so cheap. It looks so rushed.
I don't think it looks rushed or cheap. What I think it looks is it reminds me of Hyrule Field and Twilight Princess.
Okay.
And what I mean by that,
can't relate.
So to
elucidate.
Fucking silver dollar word, Tucker Hazel.
All right.
Hyrule Field was in Twilight Princess was the realization for a lot of people of a more open Zelda environment, right?
Sure.
So it was ambitious, but it was empty because they'd never done that before for Zelda, really. So it was big and sprawling, but it needed work, right? And I'm concerned that they just are not giving themselves the time to put that work in, and we're going to basically get Hyrule Field with some Pokemon bopping around in it. Now, of course, this game needed a deeper dive.
Yes.
And if it's coming out in less than a year, it's in a position where it should have one. Like we should have the sort of information we're looking for. But if I take it from the perspective of, look, this is new, this is what I've wanted, this is clearly 3D camera control, exploration, action elements with the RPG core. This is as they said, a new step for the Pokemon series. Great, right?
Yes.
Great. And if you cannot have Piplup, fucking my Jaggy boy Piplup, waddling around as he was in that trailer, I think it could be something really special.
Yeah.
But
there's so many interesting elements to this.
Yeah.
I can't even say I'm cautiously optimistic. It's such a mixed bag for me because it's got all these new elements. It's a new step for the Pokemon series. This is it's a mainline game, but it's not a new generation. It's a prequel to Diamond and Pearl, but you have Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. Like there's so many things going here. And all that in my mind, I'm like, okay, all right, there's potential here. Okay. And I see the gameplay, I see you rolling around. I see like all that stuff I said. Okay, great. Then you slow down for a second.
That's a good point.
And
You're making a good point.
You see the pastel visuals, which are clearly intended to hide lower quality textures and stuff.
You're making good points.
And then the Pokemon start moving, and they're going and I'm thinking, oh no, like they moved fluidly in Let's Go and in Sword and Shield. Why is this one the thing that they're not putting the polish on? That's my question.
You're making good points. I hate to say it, Tucker, you're making good points.
But here's the thing, I'm still excited for this. As a Pokemon fan, it has a lot of potential. It is something new for the series. I'm just worried that this new step for the series, people are going to play and be like, yeah, new step, but it looks like shit. It runs like shit. Like, Pokemon Company is shoehorning themselves into this weird position where they're being innovative, but they're also, it looks like Morrowind. It looks like an old PC game. Like, you look at those environments off in the background, they're so low quality.
I want to pull this up again because
the trailer, sure.
Yeah, because I think you're right. I wanna see this again because I think it's important to see this again.
I totally agree. Did they already post the full trailer? Is the question.
I don't know, but I've got a grab right here from the company that shall not be named, but they post trailers immediately after Nintendo does.
Okay, they have 2 versions of it up on the Pokemon channel.
I'm just skipping ahead to gameplay. So I'm looking at it again right now. I think that the game. No, actually, you're right.
You remember that? Here's the thing. You know what? Weird comparison. You remember watching a Nintendo Direct and seeing that golf game where the trees were like gay, like they were really weirdly dark, and they were like doing that. That's what the trees in this look like.
There's a Chimecho here that's moving at maybe a frame a second.
The Chingling look.
Yes, our Chingling. Yeah.
That was my first sign. I'm like, oh.
It's moving at 1 frame a second. But here's what's interesting. Some of these scenes look very good.
Yes, I actually like that scene with like the Bidoofs walking through like the lavender flowers and stuff.
Oh my god, the Badoo who's moving barely.
Yes.
Holy shit! So here's
the grass looks pretty good.
And also some of these battle vignettes are pretty.
Yeah. Okay. The Chingling.
Like
the tree looks. This is so confusing.
The tall grass is so okay. There's this shot where a Riolu is fighting a Rhydon, where the game has like a completely different color grading and like lens like bloom lighting, and it looks great.
Yeah, like a minute in or something.
It's a little bit past a minute in, yeah, and that looks great.
And then, but hold on. Stop at the thing right after that and look at that background environment.
Oh boy.
It's not.
That's a nice draw distance of allegedly trees.
But then the next shot, aside from the Chingling, looks pretty good. Those are cool looking birch trees.
Those are cool. And the grass is moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Do you see the puddles of lava in the Garchomp scene?
Supposedly a lake reflect. No, actually no. That's sand. Those are beaches.
I don't agree with that. I think that's.
But then Lucario parts in the store after. It's like, okay, that looks pretty good. But then there's the Badoo. And I like the proto Dawn and Lucas outfits that are like shinobi, like ancient Japan versions. But then you get the close up on the starters who are from the different regions, and they look like blobs of clay.
You missed the near Automata town.
Yeah, but also like it's going for like this Okami look, like his painted style. But I'm not sure if it's consistent enough for it to work, because the inside of the house isn't that painted style.
There's like 3 different art styles in that trailer.
And apparently it revolves around Arceus in some way. Oh, do you see wait, hold on, do you see the title for the trailer is Pokemon Legends Arceus, a familiar region, period. A new story. Period. Not capitalized, by the way.
Does it say there who is developing the game? Because
At the end, footage in this video, Nintendo Creatures Inc. Game Freak. So we're mixing up this discussion, guys. Clearly, we needed to recap ourselves a little bit. We needed to make sure we were on the same page, looking at the same thing. But I'm very interested to see how this plays out, because clearly they're not going to have goodwill this year with these Diamond and Pearl things. That was as you said, the option C that is not going to please anyone. But they have this, which is option M, and but it's like a lowercase m.
So I'm looking at an IGN article right here.
Okay.
It's so
You've
this
already
is
on articles about this.
an open world. I'm assuming the press releases got sent out.
Most likely.
Yeah, because when I was working for Nintendo, they would be like, "Hey, how would you start speculating?" And then after you already knew the information, I'll send it out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Open world Pokemon spinoff, Pokemon Legends announced.
Spinoff.
Yes, open world spinoff set in a feudal part of the Sinnoh region.
Yeah. Feudal is what I was looking for.
In early 2022, break new ground. No further story details were given. The player will travel out from the central Sinnoh village, different areas of the region, using traditional Pokeballs to capture monsters. Rather, you can tell that these were racing for coverage because there's a lot of typos in this article. I hate to say it, IGN. Rather than traditional capturing, however, the official website says you need to observe them to learn the behavior, then carefully sneak up, aim your Pokeball, and let fly.
Oops. Yeah.
I don't think that's a proper sentence. So there's an official website, because there's got to be, right? Someone else has got to be working on this game, or it's really Game Freak. Just no, but okay, so Pokemon. Take a step back.
All right.
Shout out to Joe Merrick of Cerebi, wonderful guy, right?
Best of the Pokemon community.
Absolutely. Joe Merrick elucidated that there are two Pokemon teams. There's the main team and then the sub team.
Okay.
The sub team traditionally does the remakes.
Okay.
They're not doing this one.
It's true.
Owly is doing this. Who's making it?
Ilka.
Okay. I don't know where I got Owly from.
Ilka.
I don't care.
That's right.
Basically, so is this the B team making this game?
It's got to be.
Because the B team shouldn't be making this game.
No. And I think that's maybe the problem is there's clearly a lack of polish here that maybe that smaller team can't be allowed because they don't have the horsepower behind it.
Frankly,
and this is the kind of game to put horsepower behind, which is taking the series forward, which is trying new things, which is larger scale, which is attempting something different for the franchise. But the fact that they're not putting the power and money behind it that I think it probably deserves. And the weird, okay, so this also, we need to talk about one other thing related to this. As I sort of hinted to earlier, I think this is our 2022 Pokemon game. So I think Gen 9 is another year off, which is good for Gen 9. However, if this comes out and is our Pokemon game for the year and is rushed and unfinished, that's not a good sign.
So, okay, so I'm just checking. Nibel confirms it's being developed by Game Freak.
Yes.
He also confirmed, but this is completely tangential, but Final Fantasy VII Remake's the PS Plus game for this month, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, but so say what you just said again, because I was trying to dig up more information. It really looks like Game Freak's doing this game.
I can't remember what it said.
Something about Gen 9 being later.
Oh, yeah, I think Gen 9 is a year later. I think this is our 2022 Pokemon game, which is good for Gen 9 because it gets an extra year in the fucking oven to bake and to become something larger, hopefully. Take inspiration from this, take inspiration from Let's Go, from Sword and Shield. But if this is our 22 Pokemon game and it comes out and it's underwhelming and it's half-baked, that's not a good sign.
I don't think this is going to be this can't be the main game for next year because it's not releasing on holiday.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
And Pokemon's going to release something every holiday, right? So this is clearly not the main game. Clearly, next year we're going to get...
So that's an even worse sign.
Clearly, this is... I don't know. I'm actually way less excited. You did it. You ruined me.
That's my job.
No, it was the Chime Echo or Chingling that did it. I always forget. I
Yeah,
was mixed up.
that's a terrible Chingling. Okay, well, and actually, closing thoughts. Just to wrap things up on the direct or the presentation itself. I don't know how they fucked it so badly. It was buffering like
Right. Yeah, we
maybe
should
every
talk
30
about that.
seconds.
Yeah.
It stopped near the end, and if you looked over at you didn't realize this, but if you look over at the YouTube chat, live YouTube chat, everyone's like, "Lol, what happened? Oh my god!" And it turns out what happened is they stopped the stream and just uploaded the full video at the same time. So like it ended 2 minutes early. You know what I think happened? They shifted the stream by 2 minutes because there was a 2 minute timer at the beginning of that. I don't think it was supposed to be there, and it ended 2 minutes early because they accidentally pushed it back.
Oh, that's exactly what must have happened. Just operator error all around. Tucker, I still love Pokemon.
Yeah,
Nothing will ever take that away from me.
we'll review these games.
Oh, of course we'll review these games. I guess I'll buy it. It just looks bad. This is the first time those remakes of Diamond Programmers. This is the first time I've thought about a Pokemon game and just thought that just looks bad.
Yeah.
Legitimately looks bad. At least I've
Alright.
got new Snap. I'm very excited for new Snap.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Uh,
New Snap really is. It looks so good in comparison to everything else.
oh yeah, it does. Because it's got a solid art style and the models look redone and
It's got a core gameplay concept and it's evolving the series in ways that are manageable and
bye.